Victoria, back to you with another review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12, Episode 8, called What's in a Name. Clearly a lot with these folks. So we're going to start off with Saucy and Rennie. They meet up to talk at some luxurious baby clothes store. And they talk about Saucy's boo of the week or whatever the case may be, getting his name tattooed on him. To each their own. Okay. And then Carly shows up and says that, she's going to be doing IVF because, she want a baby with her boo thing. Didn't your daughter just have a kid, like a baby? Does your boo thing not have kids? That's why you want... I understand the feeling or wanting to have a baby fever. Trust me, I do. But I don't know Carly's age. I know that's the question that a lot of people have. But I'm just, you really want to start all over again. Once again, to each their own. But for me, I'm just kind of like, I feel like if I'm up there in age, whereas like, we're getting closer to retirement, I don't think I would want to start all over again, especially if I already have a kid that just had a kid. But if she want to put herself, she might get a surrogate. But I'm just kind of like, why must every season you act Delulu? And I know you're just doing it on purpose. I know that's not how you really are. I feel like Carly knows what she's doing. I feel like Carly is smart and she just playing up the Delulu persona for a check. But I just really... But why would you do that to yourself at this point? 12 seasons, like... But, if that's what you want to do, Carly, I'm just looking at you hella sideways. But, they're also opening up a restaurant together. And I'm like, you've been with this guy for 2 seconds. Why? Why? And then after that, she lets them know that homeboy, her man, is throwing her premiere music party and invites them to it. Rennie's going to be able to go, but Saucy can't because, he has bookings to do in... I forgot where he said, Philly, I think? I don't remember. Excuse me, but so he can't go. All right, so then they start talking about, Kirk, Rashida, and the whole Jasmine drama. And I guess we didn't get to see the scene of Kirk deleting not deleting right then and there, but where we left off last episode with like Rashida, Kirk, Spice, and Erica looking at the text screenshots that Carly took from Jasmine. I guess the screenshots that Carly took didn't have the full conversation, so there's like, okay, Kirk, since this is between you and her, let's see your phone to see the rest of these messages that's going on between you and her. Coming to find out, when they look at his phone, all the messages are deleted. So I guess that's a tidbit that they didn't show us. They should have just showed it. They could have taken a scene or two out from the last episode to put that in there. But okay, we're going to hear from Carly. So I believe her because, later on in the episode, it came out to be the truth. And we're just going to have to see what goes on with that situation. So then we get Yandy and Rashida meeting up at a tea shop to talk about the Jasmine situation, the Jasmine drama. And, Yandy encourages them to handle it together because they're married and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, Yandy, that's a very you thing to say. Because, you and Mendeecees are handling it together, right? I don't like to give advice myself because every relationship is different. Every relationship got their own problems and stuff that they got to deal with. So it's like, Yandy... I mean, it's nice that you're giving advice, but it doesn't matter. They was going to stay together anyway, so why waste your breath? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, work on it together. It's one of those things like with people, they just... they know the situation, but they don't know the situation, if that makes sense. And it's like they just want to give you any type of advice, to kind of move forward and stuff. But it's just kind of like, that's nice and all, but like, let's look at it for what it is, Yandy. Y'all want to be mad at Jasmine, but at the end of the day, why don't y'all be mad at Rashida for consistently or constantly, giving a blind eye to it and staying with homeboy? We're not going to do that? Okay. Then let it be whatever it is. Okay? Because no matter what, you don't have to say it to her like as if she was going to leave. She wasn't going to leave. She was never going to leave. Okay? They just doing this for a check. So don't waste your breath. Just say, I'm here to support you with whatever decision you make, even though I already know the decision that you're going to make. Let's move forward. Okay? We didn't get to Lil Zane and Ashley, they walking in the woods to have some quality time or whatnot. And, then they sit on the swings and talk about, the whole drama with his first baby mama having a kid that put his last name on it and whatnot. And he said he gonna talk to her, but, he also want to have a family barbecue so they could talk with his family. Because I guess, per Ashley's words, his family is kind of like on the first baby mama side. And, Ashley agrees. So she says she also gonna bring Amy because she likes Amy, I guess as her moral support. Because, it's just gonna be his family. So she wants somebody that's like from her side, so to speak, kind of thing, whatever. So Zane wants to let her know that, he does have her back. Okay. Sure. You got her back, but then you was talking with Kirk and what's his name? Kirk and what the hell is his name? Jock. But you want to talk about Kirk and Kirk and Jock, how you be having other girls be filtering through the house. But you have her back. Yeah, sure. So then we get to Kirk and Rashida. So they sit down and talk, and Kirk makes excuses as to why he deleted the text, saying, if it's drama and stuff like that, he don't want to even deal with it and delete it. If it's drama, but you're constantly going back and forth with her through text, sir, so what are you talking about? And then we got Rashida saying, they all three need to have a talk, even though she doesn't necessarily want to. She don't say that part, but it's like someone else had to tell you, the three of y'all should talk. So, they need to all three have a talk. Kirk at first was kind of like, he doesn't see the point of it, but whatever, if she wants to do that, then that's what they're gonna do. And then he proceeds to throw Mendeecees under the bus. I know Mendeecees probably like, how the hell I get into this, but at the same time, Mendeecees is just like, do you want to be in a marriage or not? Because if you don't want to be in a marriage, just end it, instead of like, I guess, putting Yandy through misery or whatever the case may be. So he's throwing Mendeecees under the bus, saying, he's been at like his bar, he's been at, I think, Carly's bar. I think she was the one that said it. Or no, Jasmine. I don't know. I remember. It don't even matter. I think it's Jasmine. Yeah, it was Jasmine because she said he'd be at her bar. So everybody got their own bar in this show. I mean, I know I've been watching this since season 1, but I don't be keeping up with all the little establishments that they be having. So Jasmine got a bar, Kirk got a bar, like they got restaurants up the ass. Everybody got a dress shop or like clothing shop or accessory, whatever the case. Like what? So everybody got their own stuff. I mean, I guess that's good. Multiple streams of income. But can we do, like, y'all all got the same type of stuff? Like, y'all have time for all this stuff? I don't. Sometimes I just. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to focus too much on that, but we then get to Carly's premiere music video party thing, whatever, and come to find out, an hour before the scene that they were presenting, she got engaged to homeboy. So Yandy and Amy talk. And, they kind of like, dang, she already engaged a homeboy. Once again, she's only been with him for 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. You can't tell me no more, no less. It's been 2 seconds. And, they kind of talk a bit about Spice, because, she's having an album of the cast of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And, since Amy's on it, Scrappy's going to be on it also. And, Amy said that her and Scrappy are going to be in the studio together. And I guess per Amy, he's been, hitting her up. And, she's single and ready to mingle. And in the end, it's just like, he may be single technically, but him and Erica, they kind of got a little something going on. First of all, it don't matter if he got something going on with 5 different females. He's still going to try to talk to as much females as he can because he's single. So he's not really committed to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I guess Amy wants a piece. Amy, you better than that. No shade to Scrap. But maybe at this point, Scrappy is kind of worn out. He's been through quite a few females. And I'm not even talking about in his whole entire like spectrum, just on this show alone, this franchise alone. So I can only imagine the people outside of the franchise that Mr. Scrappy has done. So Amy, I don't think you should be added to that list. That is, I'm sure, 3 digits at this point. let's focus on moving forward with someone who's actually worth your time. Scrappy, I'm sorry, but like, don't like, no, we don't. You fun, I laugh at your little jokey jokes, but Amy, don't do it to yourself, girl. It is not worth the drama, and it's not worth, the soul ties that people be talking. Girl, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It ain't worth it, bro. It ain't. Amy, no, you too pretty. I'm sorry. I mean, a lot of females be too pretty for just don't do it. Not saying Scrappy's ugly, but just girl, it's not worth it, girl. It's not worth it. Same thing with Jock, y'all. It is not worth it. Like that family must give like the best D in Atlanta or something. I don't know what the case may be. I'm glad to get caught up when I was in Atlanta for college. Just don't do it, guys. It's you don't need the toxicity, Amy. You just left a relationship that was full blown toxic. You don't need to get into another toxic one just because this is a different toxic than the last toxic that you was dealing with. Anyway, so Yandy thinks otherwise, tries to tell her, not to do it, but Amy gonna do what she gonna do. I just wish she wouldn't, but she gonna do what she gonna do. So then we get to Carly making a speech and then playing a music video, and then afterwards, all three of the girls are talking, Carly, Amy, and Yandy. And they kind of talk to her like, oh, this engagement is kind of rush, and yeah, and he's like, from looking at it from a business standpoint, like, you sure you want to just get into all these businesses with him, when you only been dating him for 2 seconds, but Carly's in love, and she says it's gonna last this time, because that's what she says every single relationship, every single season and whatnot. And then that's when the conversation goes to Bambi and then to Scrappy, and we don't care. So then we move on to Saucy Santana and his team. They're out of town for the booking to do his show and whatnot, so it was cool. So then we get another snippet of Amy and her man. They doing a maternity photo shoot. That's cute. Then we go to another snippet and we have actually no, not another snippet, the next scene we have Zane and Ashley prepping for the little family barbecue. Amy shows up, and Amy and Ashley talk a little bit before they all sit down and have a little family discussion about this whole baby from Zane's first baby mama having their last name. And you guys, Zane's mama, saying flat out, look, that's my baby. That's my grandchild. And she the one that named the baby. So the fact that, is letting me know that, you guys are more in cahoots with the first baby mama, just as Ashley has said. And y'all really close to the point you naming the baby grandmama. We believe you. We believe you. And I mean, I know sometimes people be doing and saying things out of spite, but I'm sure the first baby mama said, oh yeah, me and Zane, we still doing this, we still doing that, so he is the daddy, da da da. Yeah, get a DNA test, because from what Zane is saying, homegirl, I guess her name is Michelle, doesn't even want to have a DNA test, because she's probably like, what's the point of needing to have a DNA test? We know you the daddy. And that's the same way the mom feels. So, Ashley obviously is hurt, and she cries and tries to walk away. And even the dad was kind of like co-signing with the mom, like, Zane, you know what it is. And Zane's trying to act oblivious, like, no, I didn't even touch that girl, I'm not, that's not my baby and stuff like that. But it's just like, you say you're gonna talk to her, but why are we prolonging this? And she don't want to get a DNA test because she probably knows it's yours. So it's like, you're trying to act like you here for Ashley, your wife, your legal wife, and that's not the case, but it's seeming very much so like it's the case. So if we can just do that DNA test to prove what you're saying is true, then we're gonna believe what everyone else is saying is true, which is the baby Joe's. So Amy goes to follow her because she don't know those people. She said to give Ashley support. That too, but we know you don't know those people, so I'm not gonna stay in there. I'm gonna go with my friend, check on my friend. So all right, cool. Lastly, we have this scene with Jasmine, Kirk, and Rashida to meet up to talk. And when asked a question and when confronted, because Jasmine said Kirk be trying to smash. Rashida looking at him, Kirk immediately goes into stuttering mode, and Jasmine says she got the proof, she got the receipt. So then she takes her phone out, gives it to Kirk. Rashida steals it from his hand. It goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effects. And Rashida's reading the text out loud. Kirk trying to look like he flabbergasted, like he ain't write those texts. And Rashida kind of goes off and gets a little buck. So of course Kirk is denying anything, he's stuttering up the ass. He's been stuttering all season, and he denies anything. So then that's when Rashida said, she wants a one-on-one talk with Jasmine. So Kirk gets up, he walks away, he's like, man, whatever. Yeah, okay, Kirk, bye. So then we have Rashida and Jasmine talking, and pretty much Jasmine is expressing to Rashida that she'd rather go through Rashida versus Kirk to avoid any of all this, stuff that's going on. So Rashida then acts like what Jasmine's saying is like such a wrong thing to say, saying, she can't believe she would ask that, after what just transpired, and gets up and walks away. Sometimes I have to ask Rashida, "Are you okay?" Because that's kind of a good alternative to avoid any of the situation moving forward. Obviously, she's gonna have to talk with Kirk because he's the father of her child, but to make things easier for better transferage or whatever from house to house. Yeah, probably going through you would be the better thing. I mean, I understand you probably may not want to have a conversation, but this is for the kids' sake. Like, I don't think she's gonna be texting you saying, "Can we go, out to Starbucks?" I think she really would just talk to you in regards to picking up and dropping off can. Like, girl, what? So I don't know, man. I'm kind of with Jasmine with this. Like, yeah, I want to go through you, but like you're acting like that's a bad option to do. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Maybe she's just upset that she don't even realize what she's saying, that I guess maybe give her time to process what just happened before you asking for request, Jasmine. I guess that's maybe where Rashida's coming from, but for me, I'm just like, that's actually a pretty valid and understandable request, looking at from what done transpired already. So, but Rashida don't want to do that, because I can't believe you would have asked that just what I just found out. He texting you, deleting his texts and stuff, and then whatever, Rashida, you still gonna be with him. You still gonna deal with Jasmine. Excuse me, for the rest of your life. So I don't know what you want us to tell you. So after she walks away from Jasmine, you got Kirk going after her. She's sitting in the car, and they kind of going back and forth because he's still denying some stuff, and she's like, "Well, I saw the text, I saw it, so you can't keep doing this to me." And she kind of getting buggy. And I think it's real emotion, even though she's still gonna stay with homeboy and never gonna leave. But the frustration, the embarrassment, even though they signed up for this storyline, but she got to act her part, and she did it very well. She did a great job. She did a fantastic job. I kind of felt that emotion a little bit, especially when she was kind of going like this, and her lower lip was quivering and stuff. I'm just like, girl, I feel you. I understand. Yes, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, they kind of go back and forth, and after she gets hella buck, she's like, "I can't do this, sorry," or whatever. She's like, I'm gone. She don't say I can't do this because she still won't do this. But she said she gone, and she done left. And he's like, whatever, and gets in his vehicle and leaves. And I'm like, did y'all come in separate vehicles? Or was this planned because this is a planned storyline? So you already made sure you had, both transportations to go back to the house and laugh and kiki haha of how well y'all both did going back and forth. Because you got Jasmine standing there looking at them too like this, because the sun bright and stuff. And, that scene, that was the end of the episode. And I'm just like, Rashida, that was fantastic acting. Once again, not saying your emotions aren't, real, but like, you're still with them. It's not that much of a shocker. You just had to, play the scene so we can think it's really something, but it's not really nothing. But yeah, that was the end of the episode. I'm looking forward to the next episode. The previews look good. They usually do. And then you watch the thing, and then sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. So we're going to have to see next week. But I think it's going to be a good, episode. So that's it, guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, that's okay. Come back next week. We're going to be here, okay? Hopefully I can make you laugh then. Hopefully you can subscribe then next week. That's fine. Come back next week. And comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.